Okay. Hello, everyone out there. Let me get over where you can see me.
You about ready?
Okay. How are you today? I'm so glad you're joining me for Lunch with Laura. Let me push that out of the way a little bit. Today, we are going to use a brand new set out of the new catalog that will be available to you May 5th. And by the way, I am Laura Lee Calais from Baton Rouge, and my website is stampingatthebirdnest.com. So I hope you'll visit that and shop from me if you'd like to. So today, as I was telling you, we're going to be making a card from the new set. And the catalog looks like this, and it's probably okay for me to show the inside, but we have strict rules early on about showing the inside of the catalog before it's time, so I'll be on the safe side. Today we're going to be using Safari Smiles. Now this I think is just a precious little set. It has the mama elephant, the baby. You always have to have a bird when you have an elephant. You've got tracks. And then there's a mama and daddy and a baby family right here of lions. And the salutations or the sentiments, congratulations, cheers, hey there, just for you, and from all of us. Now, I have been making pink baby cards because we had a little surprise Easter Saturday. My great-granddaughter was born. So I have been laser focused on anything baby, anything that I could do, any animals I could bring in, and I just thought this was so cute. Now, I've kind of hidden the mamas, as we called it at stamp class the other day, Mama's butt, but I've got her rear end stamped right there, and then the baby elephant is holding her tail. So, that being said, today I decided we needed to make a boy card. Now this one I have already glued the DSP to it. This was called Easter Joy. It has Easter eggs and flowers. So we didn't want Easter eggs, so I picked the flowers, and we're using Balmy Blue, a great color for the little boys out there. Then so that is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. The DSP or Designer Series paper is cut at 4 by 5.25. We also have a white that's the same size, and it'll go on the inside of the card. Now to make the layers, oh, and let me just show you what the bundle comes with: the Safari Smiles stamp set and Safari Smile dies. So here's your little family, lion family there, your mama elephant and the baby elephant. And then there's some like rocks and clouds. And then of course there's some grass, and I'm not sure what those are, but just they look like things that would grow out in the desert. So, and looks like this. Now, to make the layer on the front, you're going to need a Balmy Blue piece that is 3.5 inches square. The white layer on top is 3.25 inches all the way around. For the bottom, we're going to use 3/4 of an inch by 3.5. It's going to be the same length as the blue layer. And then you've got a white one where the sentiment will go. Okay? And then I cut 2 pieces that can go on the inside of the card. Now, let's look back at the original, and I sponged in here. And I don't know about you, but I just feel like I have never, ever been successful with sponging. But I finally think I might have figured it out. I'm going to be using our blending brushes, and we're going to use Shy Shamrock. This is one of our end colors that will be leaving us very soon. And remember, there are only a few days left to order from the old catalog. So if you see something, or you had it on your wish list and never bought it, be sure you go and check out, see if it's still available. And I'm going to be using our blending brushes. You get 3 in a set, and most of the time when I was blending, I would go round and round and get all the edges, and then I'd do this, and you can see the darker green there. So I'm going to do, since I put so much on, I'm going to show you the way I have learned how to do it. I'm just going to clean off some of that. Okay. Instead of going round and round and really loading your brush up, just tap and add some. Remember, you don't want to look like an old lady, you know, with too many cheeks. You can always add more color, but you can't take it away. So I gently did that, and I still am going to rub off the edge there, and I'm going to start down here. And I just want to go up, almost halfway. Now let's see, does that look like it is enough? I'm going to turn this light off, or push it back maybe. We're having an overcast day, and it's a little hard to see, but I think you can see the green there. Okay, now I want to do the sky, and I'm going to do the same process. I am just going to tap, tap, tap. Go ahead and get that edge off, and then I'm going to do this at the top. Now, I am much happier with that than the way I have been doing it. And I'm going to do it just a little bit darker. It's kind of, I know it's kind of hard to see. But I do have the balmy blue up here and the green down below. I'm going to put it just slightly darker so that y'all can see. I'm going to do a little bit more of the green. So a little, yeah, that's a little darker. And the blue. Let's see. Yeah, I think you can see that better there. And remember, if it's not dark enough, just keep using that. A little is better than a lot. And you do that until you're pleased with the color. And I'm sorry you're not able to see this better. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do, I had some little elephant tracks going across the card. So I am going to do that next. But I also want to do the mama on there. Okay. Now I went ahead and die cut some things just to make it go a little faster today. But I can see where I want my little tracks to go. And let's see if I can get that a little lower. Oops, don't come off. Okay, and I want her tail and behind her little butt right there. So I'm only going to ink the back side of her. And I know where it's going to go, so I'm going to put it right here. Okay. So now it's right in the right spot for it to look like the baby is holding on to Mama's tail. The next thing I'm going to do are the feet, the little footprints, and I want them to go right about so, and they don't have to be in a straight line. And let's put one up here. Okay. So we're through with that. Now for the baby, I wanted to bring out, as you can see, I did everything light, but I did the baby a little darker, pretty in pink there. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier with the balmy blue on the baby. So let me put that aside. And I'm just going to start sponging. This is really fun once you get the hang of it. And it's not that difficult. It's just knowing how much to put. Okay, now let's see if that's going to be enough. Might need a little bit more. I think I'll need a little bit more blue. Okay, I think that is going to make him stand out. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, so we know where he's going to go, and I'm going to close up my ink pad. And let's see. The next thing we're going to do, we need to put a bird on his head, okay? So let me get my little bird. It's real tiny. And I'm going to put it so that it's right about there. So I'm using the little elephant cutout to mark my spots. And we're going to color the little bird. What else? Blue. So I'm using my Balmy Blue blends. Now it's time to put our little elephant down. Now, be sure that you use all of your dimensionals. I've almost used up all of the frame, and I'm going to put about, And remember that your blends do bleed through, as you can see right there. Okay, I decided to go ahead and do this first. So there we go. And you get some more dimensionals. Right there. And I want him to be holding the tail, and I want the little bird to be sitting on his head. So that's pretty good. And it doesn't matter that the tracks are not like where they've been. They've been in a family of elephants, and those are other people's or other elephant tracks. Now, I did cut out some things just so through the power of TV it would look like we had done it, and that saves us some time. Now, what I want to do is put some of this grass where, I think I'm going to put that first one there, and this time I'm going to use the little small mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put that, let's get the back side, and I'm going to make it look like baby's kind of walking through. The grass, and we can put one here, another one right there, and here's some grass by Mom, and here's some over here. Okay, so now that's on there. And then I showed you the three different clouds. Well, I cut out two of these, and they're not really going to show up real well right there. So what I'm going to do is take my blender and blending brush and just go over the edges, and we'll see how that does. Probably would have been better to use a little dauber, sponge dauber, but we'll see if this works. Let's see. Yeah, it could be a little bit darker. That's a little bit better, just so that it kind of stands out. A little heavy there, but hey, it's handmade, right? And I meant to do that. Okay, so I hope all of y'all are as excited as we are about the new catalog coming out. This time of year, we're all in a frenzy, trying to get everything wrapped up from last year and ready for this year. And that was my husband that just walked by. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, okay, I don't want to cover up the little bird, so I'm going to kind of position this, and even if it's a little bit above, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to do this one kind of on top of it. So I'm going to go back to my little mini dimensionals. And I'm going to go ahead and put 3, just so it'll stand up a little bit. Won't sink down in the middle. I'm not one of these people that goes absolutely nuts with the dimensionals. I like to use them sparingly. Oh, come on. And getting the backs off, and they're being stubborn. Okay. So I'm going to put one just a little higher right there. And then we'll put the other one. Let me make sure it's not too long. Okay. Let's see, we want this here. I think I'll do this. Kind of like that. And look, it just fits. If it hadn't just fit, I would have just snipped off that. Okay? So now that's ready for the front of our card. And again, I'm going to use one on each corner and one in the middle. Now again, I have that other layer, so I want to be sure if I put it about right there, might want to have it going up and down instead of sideways. Okay, so that's centered in this area, and then I'm going to have the blue strip with the sentiment on it right there. Now the sentiment I chose for this one is, it says congratulations, which I think is very appropriate for anyone that's had a new baby. And let me tell you something about these long photopolymer stamps. It's great because if I wanted to put this, they're flexible, and if I wanted to make a happy face or something out of it, I could, because they're bendable. So I don't know if you can see that, but I don't want to do that. So what I find works best, instead of trying to place it down, it might be just a little off. So I like to put the sentiment down on the grid paper, and you can kind of line it up with the line, and then put your stamp, your block on top of it. So we're going to stamp that up, and I'm going to stamp this white right here. Okay, close up my ink, and I'm going to use my seal to glue this down. Okay, and then some dimensionals to adhere it to the card. Okay, so I'm just going to do it about the same amount as I did up there. Okay, isn't that cute? I just love it. Okay, for the inside, what we're going to do, this paper is so pretty, I just thought it would be cool to put it right there at the top and the bottom. And as you can see, it's a little bit long. So I'm going to leave just a little tiny strip of white right there. And then I'm going to do this one. Okay, now you can take paper excuse me, you can take your scissors. I have a little mini guillotine cutter right there, so I'm just going to line that up and snip those little pieces off. Okay. And we're going to put some of the Stampin' Seal there and put it on the inside. Okay, so there you have a baby boy. Let me get all this out of the way. A baby boy card with congratulations on it. And I hope you think this is as cute as I do. Now you can always, if you want, stamp some tracks or something on the, let's see, where am I? Here they are. You can put some tracks or something on the envelope just to decorate it a little bit. And I'm just going to have them walking across the corner. Oops. Now, since these are photopolymer, I still didn't get it, did I? I'm just going to have them walk across the edge of the card. The envelope. So there you have it, today's card. And I hope that you'll go take a look at my website, stampingatthebirdnest.com. I would love for you to place an order through me. And if you have any questions, you can email me at laura@stampingatthebirdnest.com. Go check out your wish list, see if there's anything else, and make sure it's available when you order. And then next week, when we get the online catalog goes live, you'll be able to pick out of that. So it's, I believe May 5th is the correct date for that. And we've got some awesome things that are going to be there. And in case you missed this news alert, Stampin' Up! Has moved from an annual catalog with 2 minis, one in the fall and one in the spring, to just a catalog that's available for 4 months. So this one is good from from May to August, and then another catalog will come out for the next 4 months, and then a third one will complete the year. So we're really excited about this, and can't wait until, well, we still got a whole nother week, but anyway, it'll be here in a hurry. But thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back and have lunch with me again next Thursday. I am here as often as I can be on Thursdays at 12 noon. So bring your lunch or just sit and watch and have a cold drink with me. And I'll see you next week. Love you. Thanks for joining.